If you're doing a carnivore diet, should you just literally be a zealot and completely cut out all plants? Should you add a little bit back in and ride the line? And why? Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my humble channel. I am so ready for winter to be over. But let's talk about the plants. And my horses are just, if you have dogs, think about having horses. Anyway, plants versus no plants. Now, people doing a carnivore diet, there are some people say like, I've done carnivore for 5 years and I haven't eaten any plants and I'm amazing. Well, they're not being honest, because you're always going to be struggling with the balance of your potassium. Number one, always. Basically, your electrolytes. You have to balance sodium and potassium. For those trying to say that they're doing meat and salt or just meat, once you cut out the carbs, you're going to be hemorrhaging fluids. And it's really difficult to keep the fluid balance in the cell without balancing sodium and potassium, and of course magnesium. So not that many people talk about the importance of electrolytes, and people are going for these like stupid, nasty, Element and Keto Chow and all these companies that are basically glorified salt, or they'll use potassium chloride, which is not the best for your kidneys. So the solution to that is find out what you actually need to balance. Are you getting in enough salt? Are you getting in enough potassium? If you're trying to be a carnivore zealot, hello, I'm so distracted by the noise outside, but I will continue. If you are feeling like you need to be strict, maybe not. But you can get a decent amount of potassium with something like broth, like pork in a broth form, not bone broth, but sort of a meat stock broth. But that's still not enough. You need to get in at least around 800 to 1,000 milligrams of potassium to balance with your teaspoon of salt. Really need to. So the plants like avocado will get you there. I know. Avocado is super duper high in potassium, but so is spinach. And if you don't have an oxalate issue and you have it once a week, you're going to be fine. So we've become too paranoid of the oxalates, and not everything that you're experiencing is an oxalate. So be careful with that whole oxalate, obsession that has really plagued the whole thing. Now it's real. You can have an oxalate build up and dump oxalate crystals and feel terrible, but it's not as common as you think unless you're coming from the world of veganism. But let's dive more into this whole plant subject. Number one, we need to balance our electrolytes when we're doing a carnivore, keto-ish, or like a no starch or sugar or fructose diet. The other thing is fiber. We need prebiotic fiber to balance the gut microbiome. The existing bacteria and any bacteria that you bring in, like let's say through raw milk or kefir or probiotics. Yes, we need something to attach that bacteria to stabilize, which is a prebiotic fiber, which is like asparagus, avocado, although low in prebiotic fiber. Cruciferous vegetables, prebiotic fiber, lower. Asparagus is higher, But those are some vegetables that you consume. Now, how much should you consume if you're doing let's just call it a keto diet, because carnivore diets are just basically a glorified keto diet without the plants. But we know now that we need plants for different reasons. For example, milk thistle is great for the liver, and black walnut is really good for inflammation, and so is castor oil. So to be so zealot and be like, oh, plants are trying to like take your life, they're not. Now, in excess process, eating them all the time is problematic out of season. But what you need to do is just ride the line. You can have 1 medium to large avocado a day, which has a little bit of prebiotic fiber and works great for your potassium. Or a cruciferous vegetable in a golf ball amount. You could do 1/3 cup 1 time a day and still ride the line of carnivore. Now, I've done a bunch of videos talking about people who've got severe histamine, which I think my next video is going to be about leaky gut, mast cell activation, and histamine intolerance. If you're doing a carnivore diet and then you try to go back to plants and you can't, it's not that you just cut them out, because your ability to handle the anti-nutrients in plants gets even worse. So when you try to bring back any plants, you can't. Like, you just full stop can't. And then you end up like Michaela Peterson. So what you got to do is rotate and I'd start off very small. I've done a few videos about titrating up your plants so you don't have to be strict carnivore forever and watch your gut microbiome become destabilized and your electrolytes get worse and then have hormonal issues because of the lack of magnesium. I know. Comment below. This was just a quick video. I was looking at my comment section. Someone talking about, how much plants I should have just 1 time a day if you want to ride the line. Now, if you want to do more, you can, as long as you don't have a histamine or bloat or feel achy or pain or mucus on plants, because that would be histamine intolerance. But if you don't have any of these reactions, then you can have a cup a day. You can actually have plants and cruciferous vegetables twice a day on a keto diet, of course with high fat. But if you're doing carnivore and you want to just ride the line, get that avocado in, or a little bit of cruciferous vegetables 1 time a day. Hope this helps. So comment below, share this content, because this is how people find me, is through sharing, because otherwise you won't find me. Also, my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. It's late. I'm actually tired. My energy is like, because I've been staining the wood that's going on the top of my building or on the ceiling, and it looks gorgeous, but I've been staining, I don't know, a couple hundred boards already today, so I'm out. I will go more extensively into the leaky gut, extensively the HRTs and how to get off some of these medications, the whole circadian rhythm, and can kids do this diet, but not tonight. And I'm out. Oh yeah, if you guys feel like you need help, you can book a consultation at stephanieperson.com. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Like I mentioned, Facebook fan page, Stephanie Business Person. And I'm out. I also do a course, but you guys hear me talk about that in a lot of videos. Monthly subscription where I cover all 3 diets. And I'm out. Low energy, but just tonight. Peace.